2-8 dividing integers. In general, this is going to be a lot easier than multiplying integers. There's only one mat on this one, as you can see, and one mat that we're doing. And frankly, the way that mats really make the most sense, I think, is the multiplication ones. These ones are, once again, you have to know the answer before you can do the question. So, a little review over the last 2 days of class. When multiplying two numbers with the same sign, the answer is positive or negative. Somebody raise your hand. Yes? Positive. Good. Write that down. Positive. Woo. Positive. When multiplying two numbers with different signs, the answer is, Johanna. What did I say? Johanna. Ah. Well, it's under someone's name, and it does make a difference. It's not like how you guys say on, and I say on. It's somebody's name. Okay? You guys have a W in your word O-N. All right. Because that's the St. Louis accent. You can use counters to model dividing integers. The diagram below shows 12 negative counters separated by 4 equal groups. Counting the number of counters in each group, wow, I can't speak. Group shows that negative 12 divided by 4 equals 3. Now, you could divide 12 divided by 4 equals 3 when you're in 3rd grade. Okay? The difference is with integers, positive, negative. That's where it becomes a more 6th grade level, maybe 5th grade level. But recognizing it on a mat that is 7th grade, what we're looking for. So, the story of this, you guys remember talking about the story with multiplication of integers? Okay? The story of this, and do write this down, is with negative 12, create 4 equal groups. With negative 12, create 4 equal groups. Or another way you could do this, you don't have to write this part, but get out of there. With 12 negative integers, that's another way to do it. Negative integers. Integers create 4 equal groups. That's just saying negative 12 divided by 4 in a different way. Then we have counting the number, use counters to solve negative 10 divided by 5. What's the story for this one going to be? What's the story of this one going to be? From looking at the example that we just did above it. I want to take a guess as to what the story might be. Freddie. Good. With negative 10 integers, create 5 equal groups. With negative 10 integers, create 5 equal groups. So, what are we going to draw in our division mat? What do you think, Max? What are you going to draw in there? 5. Look at the example above it and the story for that one. I just want to know what I'm just going to know what I'm writing in the mat first. 10 what? Positive or negative integers? Negative. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And how many groups do we have to make in here? Yeah. Oh, sorry, so it is here. 5. We're going to create 5 now. So I'm going to know that I have to use them. Make 2. So I've created 5 equal groups. How many are in each equal group? Corey? How many are in each group? 2. Wrong. Wait for it. You have it right, correct there. Raven? -2. -2. -2 integers. -2. Yes?
Can we write the answer first and then like all the steps?
We got to work it out. We got to work it out. For the next page, next one. How is -12 divided by 4 equals 3 related to -3 times 4 equals 12? Yeah.
Because if you multiply it, it's going to be the same thing as if you divide it. It's like you're just going to switch some of the numbers around.
Good. What he said is if you multiply it, switch it around a little bit, divide it, switch it around a bit, you're going to get the same stuff because it's all with the same numbers. Good. Can you reword that at all? Yep. Good catch. They got it last period, too. They didn't get it during the other class periods. So how about this? Multiplication and division are inverse operations. Does anybody remember that? Yeah? Operations. Are inverse operations. I don't know why. Yeah. Because they're inverse operations. You switch them around. They're the opposite sort of stuff. What do you think is the quotient? And in order to know what that word is, you'll need to find this. You'll need to know what it is to get the solution. So, can someone tell me what a quotient is? Sam? Beautiful. A quotient is the answer to a division problem. So, what is the answer? What is the quotient for this one? Let's see. We're having the same couple people run the class right now. Let's go with John. Good. -3. You are correct. -3. Now, this has caused a lot of confusion today, but here's what's going to happen. I'm going to give you 3 minutes after I'm done reading the instructions to do your work and demonstrate it on the football field. If it doesn't make sense to you to make it a football field, imagine it a number line where this is 0, this is 50, and this is back down to 0. Okay? If you have no idea about football, that's how it works. Okay? Use a football field below to represent the following problem. A football team was penalized a total of 35 yards in one game. If each penalty was 5 yards, how many penalties did they receive? I want you to demonstrate that somewhere on this football field. And do not just use lines. I want to see some numbers there. You have 3 minutes. Go. It's going to be a combination of lines and numbers. You got a lot of room on there to test stuff out. Sorry? I got it. Thanks. Between those, so you can see, like, you've got these numbers here, which is good. Can you draw like something between the 5-yard line and the 10-yard line, showing that that's 5, like a horizontal line? For each one. I'm going to ask you to do it on the board, and when you do, could you have the start of the line have one side there? So it'll be like this. So it'll be like here, there, and there. Can you do it like that for me on the board? See how it goes 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Okay. Okay, Raven, can you come up here and demonstrate that, how you did it, please? I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. What part of the field did you use? Okay, I'll zoom in on that side. Oop. Okay, go for it. It's going really slow for some reason, but it'll catch up to it. So here's the she's demoing the penalties there. Go ahead, continue. She's showing the penalties there of how often there were. And here, let's make that thinner. There you go. Now she's showing how far each of those lines were. So she did this many penalties of -5 yards, adding up to how many? 35 yards, which would be, how many lines does she have there, everyone? 7. She has 7 of them. Thank you very much. She has 7 penalty lines. Okay? So you should have something like that. You might have bouncy lines. That's good. Okay? Good. Good. I see a lot of different representations. Good. Where is that? There it is. Okay? Good. Write the division problem that represents this situation. Okay? I think some of you may have already done that. What does some of you have? Raven, what's yours? 35 divided by 5. Now, 35 divided by 5 equals what? But isn't this a penalty? What should it be, John?
-7.
Negative 35. It comes to -7. They had -7 penalties, so they were given 7 free cards. All right, you can have 2 offsides. You can have 2 holding calls, 2 pass interference, and 1 too many men on the field. Yeah.
You do -35 divided by -5.
There you go. Good, because they lost 35 yards. They lost 35 yards on 5 per yard. So they lost 35 yards at -5 per penalty, which equals a total of positive 7 penalties. Okay? The Green Bay Packers football team was penalized the same amount 4 times during the third quarter. Packers are from the same state that I started out. Wisconsin. I don't know. West Virginia? Yes. Not yet. The total of 4 penalties was 60 yards. If -60 represents a loss of 60 yards, write a division sentence to represent the situation. This is a division sentence. This. Look, everyone. These are division sentences. These are division sentences. Okay? I want you to write a division sentence like that right here. Do that. You shouldn't have been looking up here. You should have been looking down doing a division sentence. I was trying to do that behind your back. I was killing time. Okay? If you don't have any words in your sentence, you're doing it wrong. You should have words. No, because look at these sentences. Does this have one word? Does that have one word? Does that have one word? Really? Word. Word. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see here. Abby, what'd you get there? That's good. Or you could say, what is the quotient of -60 by -4? Is it -4? Yep, +4. Express the number of yards in each penalty using an integer. Cam? Yep. -15. -15. So this part here, you know how to do this. I do expect you to have that done. Okay, that is part of your notes. This part here, write this. Okay? Because there will be stuff like that on the test. If that doesn't make sense, you will want to do it so I can see if you are being accurate with it. Okay? That last section is optional, but I am going to do 7, 8, and 9 with you, and you need to do 1 through 6 yourself. Okay? This is just like the homework. This is just like the homework. Let's look at number 7, 8, and 9. So, number 7. This is just putting an integer back in where the variable was. So we have negative 75 divided by negative 15 without using a calculator. Cam? 5. Good. Someone who knows their multiplication rules and division pretty well finish this homework assignment in 5 minutes. Just saying. Yeah. I don't know how many he or she got right, but because he or she knows math facts, got those done. Here's negative 50 divided by 5, which equals. So now don't shout out. Don't shout out. Max? Negative 10. And we have this one. (42) divided by negative 14. Dominique, what you think? Okay. Do you know how many times 7 goes into 42? 6 times. Is 14 twice 7? So what's half of 6? Yeah. And since there's one negative, what is it? Good. See how quick you just did that math? You are all so capable of doing those math tricks when you have your facts down. Key thing to remember when you're doing these 1 through 6, one positive integer divided by one negative integer, it's going to be negative, like it said at the beginning, but same for division. And are there any questions? Goodbye.